Hello, welcome to practice. My name is Kathleen. I'm going to be taking you through a Vinyasa practice today. We don't need any props, just a really nice big warm-up, some flow. We'll drop down onto the mat towards the end of the class before making our way into Shavasana. So let's begin in child's pose. We come to the back of the mat at the beginning of all of our practices. Just taking a few moments to slow down and connect to some nice deep breaths. So set yourselves up into a comfortable version of child's pose for your body today. If there's injuries, if the ankles and knees feel uncomfortable here, that is when you do need to grab props. Grab your bolsters and blocks, bring the hips up a little higher, and then we can start to rest down onto the props, or if you're without them, straight down onto the mat. So we want to rest the elbows. Drop the forehead down. Just begin to breathe nice and deeply. Using the full capacity of every single breath. Notice how every single exhalation allows us to soften a little further. We begin dropping our body weight down towards the support of the earth. And I know that we step onto our mat from many different places, in different bodies with different needs. It's important that we tune into how we feel and then build a class that we need and that serves us. So child's pose is always there for us. I'll encourage you to modify and play and adjust until the poses feel right and feel good in your body. But just starting here, drawing the attention inwards, becoming sensitive. And then simply moving from here. Let's take a big collective breath in. Nice big clearing breath out. Start to lift the head. We're going to slide the hands in towards the thighs. Head stays heavy. Begin to roll the body up. Just empty the shoulders, release the breath. Again, if it's not comfortable for you to kneel like this on the floor, prop the hips up, sit onto blocks and bolsters. We're going to interlace the fingers, take them over the chest. A huge big breath in here inflates the lungs. As you exhale, press the hands forward, drop the chin onto the chest and round into the back. As we inhale again, we're going to lift the arms high, opening through the front side of the body. Exhale, chin to chest, tuck the tailbone, open through the back. Inhale, rise up, maybe lifting the gaze a little. Exhale, empty the breath, draw belly button to spine. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, emptying the breath, softening, rounding forward. Just one more. This time as we come up nice and tall, we're going to begin to stir the upper body. So start to circle through the wrists and the elbows and the shoulders. Just start to explore this movement. Gradually getting a little bit bigger, we add in circles around the ribs, around the torsos, and maybe a little bit around the hips as well. Just starting to really warm and awaken all corners of the body. Keeping the breath huge. Just smoothing it out as we move and warm. Then we're going to reverse those circles. So like you're stirring a huge big pot. You can dip forward. You can come right out to the sides, even leaning back, taking a little back bend. Good. We pull up nice and tall, realign and recenter. Unlace the fingers, take a big wide circle as you rain the hands down. They land beside you. So bring the knees in a little step. Just let the hands land to the sides of the mat, fingers pointing out. Drop the hips from right to left side. So if you've practiced with me before, this is quite a common part of the warm-up that I really like to move through before we begin. We drop the body weight from right to left side. As you bend one elbow, drop the opposite shoulder. So really starting to warm around the joints. Find a little bit of rotation in the body. And with everything we do, you can get lost in the momentum and the motion of shifting, of breathing, and that is perfect. But if there are places along that pathway from right to left side that catch, that feel a little sticky, you always have the option to linger there, to offer a little more time and attention. Good, we're going to land center on the mat. Walk the hands forward, tuck all 10 toes under. So that should feel really nice to get up off the feet. We're going to inhale, lift the knees, find plank position. And then as you exhale, lift the hips, soften the heels down, move into your first downward facing dog, where I'd like you to keep moving through lower body. Fanning under the toes, pressing the heels down to stretch the arch of the foot. Now starting to warm and awaken the lower half of the body, stretching into the calves and hamstrings. Good, plant the hands down. From that really strong pressing through the palms, we reach the hips back. Find a gentle tilt into the pelvis. Creating lots of length in the spine so we can soften the heart down. And then maybe returning your attention to some beautiful, big, deep breaths. Inhaling, expanding, and energizing. Exhaling to sink and soften into the pose. Take one more like that. Good, gaze comes forward. Little baby steps walks us to the top of the mat. As the feet land underneath the hips, roughly hip distance, which is 2 fists apart. We'll find a little rotation here. Keep the left hand down, bend deeply into the left knee. So we're straightening the right leg. We're going to inhale, reach up through the right fingertips. Exhale, turn a little further into the twist. Take a big breath, reach past the fingertips. Bring the gaze down, right hand follows. Change sides. Bend the right knee, straighten left leg. Left arm sweeps skyward. As you exhale, turning a little further. One more breath. Gaze down, left hand follows, bow forward. Little nod or shake of the head. Just loosening upper body. Maybe you like to cradle through the elbows, add a little gentle swing through the torso. Good, as we land center, release the hands down, bend the knees. Tuck the chin and slowly begin to roll up. Take your time. Gently stacking through the vertebrae. Looping the shoulders back and down, add a couple more. Just free up all the joints. Releasing the neck. Good, roll out anywhere that's holding. Ankles, wrists, flex fingers. until you feel really settled as you stand here at the top of the mat in Tadasana. So maybe for you that's feet together, maybe that's feet a little wider. For me, that's kind of straight under the hips, nice and balanced through right and left side. So draw the hands forward. We want to get strong through back body, light and lifted through the chest. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms up and over. As you exhale, bend the elbows, huge big cactus arms to open heart center. We're inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hinging from the hips, following the breath out, down. Half lift here. Bend the knees, flatten the spine. Step back to high push-up position. I like to pause in this first round. Just start to shift forward on the feet. Waking up the legs, bracing, engaging through the belly. Our option here, knees to the earth. If you like, support the body. We're going to take a big breath in. As you exhale, push forward, bend the elbows, lower all the way down onto the belly. Pointing the toes away, we're going to take the fingertips wider than the mat. Big king cobra curl here to lift and rise. Exhaling to roll all the way back down. Hands shift under the shoulders. Tuck the toes under, lift the body. Exhale back to downward dog. Take a huge breath. Nice big breath out. Step or floating forward, halfway lifting at the top of the mat. Bow down. Inhale, push through the feet, circle all the way up and over. Cactus arms. I like to bend into the knees a little. Draw the elbows down. Refill. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. High to low push up. Brace the belly. Elbows slide past the ribs. Fingertips wide. Flare the elbows. King cobra curl. Exhale, rolling back down. Hands under shoulders, we lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. One big breath in. Nice big breath out. Step or float forward again. One more round through. Lift the heart. Exhale. Inhale, push through the feet, circle all the way up. Cactus arms. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, follow the breath out the entire way down. Halfway lift. High to low, push up your way. King cobra curl, lift and rise. Wave the body down. Hands slide in. High push-up position. Back to downward dog. Feel free to pedal it out here. Respread the hands. Soften through the back of the neck. From this downward facing dog, we're going to lift the right heel high. Extending right out of the hip, three-legged dog. Stepping all the way through, softening the back knee down. So we're going to come into a low lunge to begin. And then we're going to work our way up in layers through our lunges. So let's bring the arms up overhead. Drop into the hips, drop into the shoulders. From this low lunge, we turn the palms forward. We're going to tuck the back toes under. Take a huge big breath in. As you exhale, sweeping the arms forward, pick up the back knee and reach the arms back behind you. So you're pushing up off the back toe, crown of the head reaching, you're arrowing your whole body forward. One big breath. Exhale, shooting the fingertips back. On your next inhale, we sweep down, we come all the way up to crescent lunge. Again, sink and soften into the legs. We're going to find temple mudra. Pointy finger up, last 3 fingers linked. We stay centered as we breathe in. We turn the upper body to the right as we breathe out. Come center. Exhale, gentle rotation through the upper body. Last one. Inhale, return to center. We're going to drop the back heel down. Open the arms, warrior 2. Just one big breath. We're exhaling into extended side angle. So elbow can land to the inside of the knee, drop into the pelvis. Top arm is going to continue circling. We sweep the bottom of the mat. We roll the chest open as we reach up and over. 3 more big circles in your own time. Just following the breath. Linking it to the movement. I've got 1 more. Left hand lands, right hand follows. We're going to take the right foot back and hold plank position. From here, both heels to the right, left arm to the sky, side plank. 1 breath. Exhale, change sides. Swivel through the hips. Heels to left side, huge breath in as you reach up. Exhale down. This time we stay right arm to the sky. Hips lifting. Take the gaze up to that top hand. Strength through lower body so you can lift and rise up through the hips. 1 breath. Gaze down, left hand follows. Really strong through chaturanga, dandasana. We can choose baby cobra or upward dog. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. We move through left hand side now. Left heel lifts high. Stepping all the way through. Back knee drops to the mat. Low lunge to begin. So we've come all the way to the very beginning of the sequence. Low lunge, we're grounded, hips are sinking, heart is lifted. From here, arms rise up. Drop the arm bones back into shoulder sockets, start to open through the front of the right hip. We build on this, we turn the palms forward, tucking back toes under, huge breath. Exhale, arms sweep forward, lift the back knee, reach the fingertips behind you. So the fingers are so spread that we start activating through the triceps. We're reaching, arrowing the whole body forward. 1 breath. Big breath out. Inhale, come all the way up to crescent. Temple mudra once again. We stay centered, breath in. We find the rotation to left side on the breath out. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, gently turn. Strength through the legs, balance in the body. 1 more. Inhale, turn forward. Back heel lands, arms float open, warrior 2. 1 breath. Extended side angle. Continue to circle the top arm all the way around. Really explore side body and the top shoulder. Letting the gaze follow that top hand. Let's take 2 more. Last one. Right hand lands, left hand lands, left foot steps back, plank position. Plank with a little twist to begin. Drop heels to the left, this time right arm reaches. Exhale, change sides. Inhale up. Exhale, change. Reach, this time we pause. Remember, option, bottom knee to the earth to modify. Or we're pushing through the feet, engaging the legs, lifting the hips up, turning the heart open, holding strong, last breath. Gaze down, right hand follows, lower through your vinyasa. Meaning back into downward facing dog. Catch your breath, slow your heart. We're going to shift forward into plank. Lower all the way down onto the belly. Find cactus arms, rest your forehead to the earth. Just take a moment. Lay the bones out, unclench the body. We're going to come into a little bit of back strengthening work. Again, working in layers, so just adding on as you feel is best for you. We're going to lift the forehead, keep the gaze down, and then begin lifting the hands and the elbows, holding cactus arms in this shape. Steadying the breath, spreading the fingers wide, rolling the shoulder blades towards one another. If you feel good here, we're going to incorporate lower body. Squeeze the glutes. Start to lift the legs away from the mat. Engaging the whole back body now. Gazes down. Back of the neck in neutral. If you want to add on once again, bend the knees. Flex the feet as if you were standing on the ceiling. Skydiver pose here. Everything lifting, rising away from the mat. 2 more breaths. One more here. Really lift and press. And then exhale, guide the body down. Rest the forehead once again. We're going to slide the hands in under the shoulders. Press back to child's pose just for a moment. Lengthen the body. And then once again, we slide the hands in. This time we're going to shift the shins and the ankles to one side. Take a seat on the other side. So setting up for mermaid pose here. You can feel a little off balance as we sit in this position, but we're going to counterbalance that with the upper body. So you can tuck the ankles in, maybe you take them a little wider, but with the shins to the left side of the body, I'm going to bring the arms up and over. Grabbing the right wrist, and then we start to reach towards the left-hand side. Keeping the heart open so we're not collapsing forward. You can allow the head just to float between the arms. Maybe the ear rests onto that bottom bicep. Just soften your breathing. Start to open through side body. Good. Come all the way back up. Circle the arms down. Sit back a little. Swing the legs to one side. Keeping the knees together, ankles and feet. This time over to the right, we sweep the arms up. Grabbing left wrist, bowing over to second side. Really start to thread your breath through the rib cage. Still a little bit of core work here, holding us steady. Good, brace the belly, come all the way back up, hands circle down. We're going to move up towards the top of the mat. Just tucking the chin, tucking the tailbone. Use the hands on the shins to roll down onto your back. Just slowly connecting the vertebrae. Back of the head lands, just soften onto the earth. I'm going to slide the heels in towards the bottom. I'm going to find bridge pose now. Lift the toes so all four corners of the feet are plugging down to the mat. And then we're going to start to engage lower body. Follow your next inhale, rise up into bridge position here. Using the inhale to build bridge. The exhale to cement the strength and height of the bridge into your body. See if you can embrace around the neck and the jaw. And then we're going to add in a little bit of a hip opener. Right foot steps, just heel toe towards the midline of the mat. You're going to draw the left knee in towards you. Flex the left foot. Lay the outer ankle to the top of the thigh. And then opening the knee, lift the hips up high. You can even bring your hands to the hips just to help stabilize around the pelvis. One more breath. Push down through right foot. Lift hips a little higher. And then slowly roll all the way back down. You're going to cross the legs a little tighter. Shift the hips towards the left side of the mat and then guide the knees towards the right. Just a supine twist here. Re-soften into both shoulders. Good. Release the knee, brace the belly, come back to center. Realign the hips, uncross the legs. You might like to take the feet as wide as the mat. Drop the knees together. This pose feels nice to reopen through the back of the sacrum. And we'll move into second side. Bring the feet in close. Heels close to the bottom, feet at hip distance. We find second bridge. Lift the toes, engage the whole foot. And then as you push down into the earth, lift the hips up nice and high. Fill the body with breath. Good. Stable and symmetrical in the body. We add in our hip opener now. Heel toe, left foot, just one step towards the midline. Right knee draws in, flex the foot. Take the outer ankle to the thigh. Open out through the right knee. Definitely second side is more challenging for me. You can just touch the hips, make sure the glutes are engaged. Encourage the knee to open. Final breath. Exhale, roll the body down. Tighten the cross through the knees. Shift the hips to the right. Knees towards left hand side. Release the thighs again, come back through center, uncross the legs. Widen the feet right to the edge of the mat. Draw the knees together. Good. Hug the knees into the chest. Take a little rock from right to left. Just massage across the back of the sacrum. Circle the knees around. Explore both directions. If there's anything else you'd like to add into your practice, feel free to do that now. Maybe there's an extra back bend, an inversion, or a hip opener. Okay, I'm going to place the feet down, reach the legs long, the arms all the way up overhead. And then as you breathe out, just slowly bring the arms down beside you. We lay onto the mat for Shavasana. Just allowing the breath to turn back into natural inhale and exhales. Allowing the body to roll open. Unlocking all the joints, relaxing the muscles. Allowing the weight of every bone to melt down. The skin softens. The breath slows. We turn the palms up, offering ourselves to this moment. Absorbing all the benefits of every posture we've just completed. Let's take a few more moments to decompress, to rest and realign. Thank you for joining me once again. I hope to see you again soon. Namaste.